Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn a few things about the topic Internet. The Internet, sometimes simply called the net, is a worldwide system of networks. Each network on its own is a connection between various computers, and they in turn are connected to other networks spread across the globe. Now this concept was conceived by the US government in the year 1969 and was initially called as ARPANET. The initial idea was to create a system where universities could share the research information amongst themselves, alongside with the military who used to use the system to share their sensitive information. ARPANET gradually evolved into NSFNet. NSFNet was mainly used for academic purposes, and it has now evolved into what we know as Internet. For a huge structure like this to function, it needs defined members, and this definition is given by the Internet backbone. This Internet backbone is quite similar to a human structure, where the backbone gives us structure, posture, and also preserves the spinal cord to which all the other nerves in our body are connected. The Internet backbone also is the principal data routes between large strategically interconnected computer networks, and that is how everything functions. For all this to work properly, you need various network devices. For example, hubs or switches. These are used to connect PCs within a building or within a campus. Next step would be bridges or routers. Bridges connect two similar LANs or LANs which follow similar protocols, whereas routers are used to connect two dissimilar LANs, the ones which follow different protocols. And lastly, we have gateways, which is used to connect two different kinds of network. For example, connecting a LAN with a MAN or a LAN with a WAN. Now, you heard me mentioning protocols. What is a protocol? In simple words, a protocol is a set of rules or standards which need to be followed. Otherwise, when we are working with a huge system with multiple users, it will be difficult to have a uniform communication. And hence, protocols have been defined according to the different tasks. The first protocol that I would like to discuss is the TCP/IP. Now, these are two different protocols working together hand in hand because they are complementary to each other. TCP is the protocol which takes one big message, breaks it down into smaller parts, and sends it from the source to the destination. In this process, each part needs to be numbered or labeled as well as to be given the destination address. And this is where the Internet protocol comes in. It helps with the addressing part. The next two protocols which we have are the Post Office Protocol POP and the Simple Mail Transport Protocol SMTP. POP is used for incoming emails, whereas SMTP is used generally to send or distribute outgoing emails. Now, we have a few more protocols. The first one is HTTP and HTTPS. These two are extremely important because in every web transaction that we make, you always find this being mentioned, HTTP. It's Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext is a text written with the help of the language HTML, and all your websites are having it. So how to present the website, how to show the content, this is defined in HTTP. but it cannot guarantee that whatever information you are transacting on the website, it will be safe and will not be shared with anyone. That is why in today's scenario, when we have so many online transactions, when we are sharing so much of our personal information on the web, it is important to have a secure system which is provided by HTTPS. S standing for secure. Whenever you are performing any online transaction, make sure that the site address begins with HTTPS or you find a padlock sign on the address bar. The other protocol which we have is file transfer protocol, which is used to transfer files from one system to another. It could be any type of file. It could be a program file, a multimedia file, a text file, or any other document that you may have to send. And lastly, we have Telnet. Now, Telnet is a set of rules designed for connecting to remote systems. These remote systems will be connected to a source and they will request for connection, and this process is governed by the Telnet. Now, another term which immediately strikes us the moment we say internet is the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web, or in short it's called as the web, it's an information system. It's like a channel where you get all the documents and all the resources which are available over the internet. Now, each and every resource can be uniquely identified by a term called as Uniform Resource Locator, URL in short. Now, along with this topic, I would like to discuss a few more terms. Web page. You must have heard web page. What is a web page? It's a page which contains information related to a particular topic. Now this, when I say information, this information could be in the form of text, it could be in the form of music files, it could be an image. Hence, the tool used to create a web page is what we call as the hypertext, or it is written in the hypertext markup language. Next term which we see is a website. A website is basically a collection of web pages related to a particular topic. For example, our school website, it has got multiple pages. One page which gives us introduction about the school, another one which gives us details about the academics, another one which shows us photographs related to the school, and so on. So all these are individual web pages catering to one particular topic, but yet they are all related because they are part of a school. Next we have is a web browser. Now there is a misconception that the web browser is a search engine. No, a web browser is an application used to view the HTML pages appropriately. Any hypertext, any website that has been created using hypertext needs to be viewed the way it is expected to be, and this is where the browser comes in. As I said, your packets, your big message is broken down into smaller parts. So it needs to be arranged. It has to be shown together in the way it is supposed to be. This is the role of web browser. Examples of web browser would be Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, and so on. Within these web browsers, you can open search engines like Google, Yahoo, Rediff, and you can search for your information. Next is a web portal. A web portal is a site that itself does not contain any other information other than the addresses of various websites. So when you search for a topic, a web portal will lead you to the concerned websites. I hope the basic terminologies are understood. Till we meet again, bye-bye.